Alright guys, this is your boy Russian and this is a Raid Shadow Legends video. And before we start, just let you guys know my voice a little rough right now. I've been having a horrible time with allergies and I'm a little sick. So my voice is almost gone. But today we're going to be taking a look on Clan Boss teams. So as you guys know, this is my free-to-play account. So one of the things about free-to-play accounts is you don't have the roster sometimes that you need to be able to do some of those major teams. You don't have the gear to do it, but there are ways for you to be able to improve your clan boss damage. And that's what we're going to be seeing today. Now, in another note, don't forget, we're still running the Before We're Legends giveaway, and it's pretty much so you guys know, you write your story about the characters before they became the champions they are today. So if the champions already have a history, try to go before that history actually happened. If they don't have one, write your own. And that's all you guys need to do. And you will be competing to win one of two accounts. So first place gonna get one of the accounts, second place gonna be getting the other account. And you guys can see the video that shows the accounts on the description below, also with more about the rules. If you're looking for a sign to get a fresh start in Raid and become a part of my squad, this is it. Click my link in the description and get a free Karato as well as 3 more epics as you level up. Here's how to do it. Log out of Player in Play on PC and uninstall. Click the link in the description and register with a brand new email, launch Raid and complete the tutorial. Go to your inbox and claim your first champion. This is your chance to get Karato for free, as well as Anax, Uugo, and Mausoleum Mage as you progress your account in Raid. So click on my link right now and claim them. Alright, so let's take a look at the Clan Boss team we have right now. So as of right now, I have been going into Brutal. Let me take this guy out, because even that he's a really good champion, unless he's speed tuned, he's not really helping the team. And we're gonna put back our boy Kyle, even he's still level 50, because a lot of my damage gonna be coming from poisons. Okay, now this team's not still optimal, and I'm gonna show you guys the champions I'm actually working to be able to put in this team. Alright, so let's see how far we go with the damage. So just so you guys know really quick, before we did not have Fane in the team. Okay, the main reason is I already had Fane on level 60 and 6 star, but her accuracy was ghastly. Okay, so I had to work on her, and as you guys see, she's applying poisons, Kyle is applying poisons, and that's where most of our damage is coming from. Now we also have, forgot her name, applying the crit damage. So every time I get a smackdown, as long as it's up, it doesn't hurt me too much. Now this team's not speed tuned for Clan Boss because it's not my final team yet, okay? So as of right now, I'm pretty much working with what I have and seeing how far the damage goes. So let's see how far we can take that. So let's skip to the end. Alright guys, so we made 13.3 million damage and it's on Brutal, so not the greatest. Now, one thing you guys have to understand is, because this team's not speed tuned, I actually got before 19 million damage. So it's not a consistent point. The minimum I've been getting is around 12. What was a big difference when I didn't have Fane, and I was getting about between 9 and 12. So right now I'm getting really between almost 13 to all the way to 19 point something million. But we just got new champions from the last shard opening, so let's take a look in the champions that actually gonna change that to where we may be able to get 1 key Nightmare very soon. Alright, so let's look at the champions. So right now, we've been using Alice. I'm not going to go through her kit. She hits hard, plus she has a 5-star awakening, so Brimstone brings a lot of the damage. On top of that, we have Senna Amberheart. As you see, she got a lot of common pieces, It's something I need to work on, but it's a 6-star and a 5-star on the gloves. So it's better than actually have like a 4-star in a different kit and be even like legendary, because I really need that HP being high so she can take a lot of smackdowns, revive the team, and move along. But what is important on her kit is, when you guys come in here, her A2. Touch of Gold level 2, place a 30% increased speed buff and 2 15% continuous heal buffs on all allies for 2 turns. Also fills the turn meter of all allies by 20%, but then we have her passive that whenever continuous heal buff activates on an ally, fills the turn meters of all allies by 5%. At the end of the champion's turn, increase the duration of a continuous heal buff on a random ally except this champion for 1 turn. And that's very important because we're gonna see how we're gonna smack the hell out of this clan boss right now. And it is our boy Vergis. Okay, so let me show Vergis' kit. It was a great pull yesterday for me, and is on his A1. Attacks one enemy, has 40% chance of placing a 30% reflect damage buff on a random ally for 2 turns. Then on his A2, place a 15% continuous heal buff and a 30% increased speed buff and a 30% reflect damage buff on a target ally for 3 turns. And it's on a 3-turn cooldown. Now, he's only putting 1 ally, okay? Got it. But he also placed a 50% ally protection buff in all allies except this champion for 2 turns, and places a 60% increased defense buff in this champion for 2 turns. So again, he's putting ally protection, right? And he's also putting continuous heal, all right? Now the thing about continuous heal, as you guys saw on Senna, every time it ticks, you increase the turn meter of all allies. So because he's putting a continuous heal in an ally, guess what is happening right now? We're pushing our turn meter, so we're getting more and more turns against the clan boss, right? Because Senna, different than a lot of champions, it's not like whatever continuous heal she puts on the allies. It's whatever continuous heal you have on the allies. All right, so, and on the passive, place a shield buff on this champion equal to 10% of their max HP for 2 turns whenever this champion loses 10% or more of their max HP from a single hit. And guess what the clan boss does? He hits for over 10%. Then the active skill effect, place a 15% continuous heal buff on this champ for 2 turns every time their HP drops below 50%. So guess what again? More continuous heal, so we're just ticking and ticking and ticking our team more and more turns, what gonna increase a lot the damage, okay? Plus, when we talk about things like reflect damage, is extra damage we're putting against the clan boss, because every time he's max one of those champions, guess what? We're getting damage done to him. And now, just as a reminder, his passive is on a 1 no cooldown if you're able to book. So pretty strong for this champion. And then we have Fane that brings she brings her poisons. She got a A1, attacks enemy twice and can actually steal the turn meter, what is not a case for the clan boss, sure. Then on the A2, attacks one enemy and has 75% chance of place 5% poison debuffs and a 50% decrease attack debuff for 2 turns. And on the A3, attacks 3 times and puts a decreased defense and weaken. Now, I also have Spear of Nyrissa, and she really carries the team in a lot of ways because on her passive, place a block damage buff in all allies for 1 turn at the start of the round. And each time this champion's HP drops below 50%. So the trick with her is that I have her in regen gear. So usually the smackdowns will drop her, or any hit, gonna drop her below 50%, just below. And then she's able to heal right away above the 50%, so the next hit, she is again getting the block damage, all right? And on top of that, she does have the block debuffs and ally protection, what also makes her the actual target for the hits, meaning she's taking a lot of the damage from the other champions, so she will drop to 50% every time they have the ally protection on. And she brings shield, And on her A1, she has a decreased attack and decreased crit rate. I'm sorry, I said actually decreased crit damage. No, it's decreased crit rate. And it's on the A1, so it's perfect. Now, the only things that really would help more would be me getting all the masteries on those champions, because as you guys know, masteries make a huge difference, okay? It's just right now, I don't have the resources I need, but I'm working on them. It's a free-to-play account, guys, all right? So also relics, I don't have many, I need to look, and I need to start opening some of them to be able to get some resist, some accuracy on some of those champions, okay? Now, one of the biggest questions I will have when build the team. So, as you guys know, I gonna be putting Verges in place of Kael, right? Because I feel he'll bring a lot more to the team. But this being said, I am also looking on the possibility to maybe bring someone like Scabrius, because he does have on his A1 poisons. So if you put him fast enough and high accuracy, he can bring a lot of damage in, some leech and some weaken. Now, if I was to do it, I would probably have to pull out, but I would have, to be honest with you guys, I would have to have Senna completely booked, because until I get this to a 4th turn and I'm able to actually speed tune to everything is very calculated to when the smackdowns occur with the clan boss, I probably cannot afford to take Niahi out of the team, okay? So that's pretty much what's gonna be tried. And the truth is, I may actually, depending on how things go, I may try to put someone like Scab or even Anax, because Anax also brings decreased defense, poison, decreased accuracy, weaken, and increased defense and increased attack to the team, right? So I could, in a sense, actually remove Alice. So what I would have was a team of poisoners in the most, because some of them have on the A1. So have Fane, pretty much the damage coming from Fane, coming from Verges, and coming from someone like Anax or Scabbard. So pretty much all damage would be happening from reflect damage, okay? So I would have 2 poisoners, I would have Verges to be able to hold on to some of the damage, I would have Senna just buffing, reviving, and I would have Niahi just, if there's a huge smackdown, just keep everybody alive and keep going. So those are things I am going to be testing very soon, but that's pretty much what the plan is for my clan boss team. So just so you guys know, like, you always want, for the most part, to have 2 damage dealers. You do need a reviver a lot of times, or someone that can put a shield spread, okay? You do need debuffers to make sure the smackdowns are not as hard on you, and that's pretty much how you guys build clan boss team, or at least that's how I build my clan boss teams. It will change, okay? Now, always remember things like poisoners, they are counted as damage dealers when it comes to the clan boss, okay? Pretty much someone that has reflect damage, and that's why, for example, having Geomancer in your team is great, because he will absorb 30% of the damage, or not absorb, but he'll negate 30% of the damage, and he actually gonna reflect that to the enemy if they're under burn. What, to be honest with you guys, you should be able to keep the burn going at all times. All right, so, well guys, let me know what you think. Let me know if you guys build your clan boss teams in any other way. That's it for today. My voice is pretty much gone right now. I really appreciate you all being here, and as always, I'll see you in the game.